We'll be discussing several rescue and recovery scenarios. Our first scenario is a full engulfment, in which we do not know the location of the victim. These situations have a very low probability of survival and are usually body recovery operations. Such operations need to be done as safely as possible because we do not want to put rescuers in danger in a recovery operation. In these scenarios, the silo is cut open and granular product removed to locate the victim. Once the victim is located, the flow is stopped and entry can be made to remove the victim. Proper cutting, entry, and removal procedures must be adhered to that are discussed later in this video. The second scenario is a full engulfment in which we do know the location of the victim. Part of a limb or piece of clothing may be visible in the grain. This is also a low probability of survival. You must strictly adhere to the proper entry and removal procedures that are discussed later in this video. The third scenario is an entrapment, which has a high probability of survival if proper procedures are followed. Stop the flow of grain with lockout and tagout. Secure the victim. Start the ventilation, if these have not already been accomplished. Once this is complete, we can now attempt a rescue. This is the most dangerous time for the rescuers as well as the victim. Minimal personnel should be used on the silo as well as inside. Typically, you would want 3 rescuers outside and 2 inside. Vibration to the silo should be kept to a minimum to prevent a dust explosion environment. The structural integrity of the silo, along with ladders, platforms, and panels, must also be taken into consideration. It is also necessary to be aware of the estimated time of arrival of support equipment, such as lights, water, shelter, and heavy equipment. A safety system must be rigged to allow safe access to the victim. It is also used to remove the victim from the environment and to get him to safety on the ground. These systems can be complicated or simple, depending on the condition of the victim. You should determine if the victim is injured. Can they assist in their own rescue under their own power? If they are injured and unable to assist, then a patient packaging device must be used with a safety system to transport the victim to the desired area, such as a sked, Stokes, LSP halfback, and mechanical advantage systems. Rigging these complex systems will not be covered in this video and will require additional training. Once the safety system is set up for the rescuers, the approach to the victim is critical. To protect the victim from complete engulfment, the rescuer must make a judgment call. Since most victims are in the center of a funnel, it is extremely important to make a safe approach. Otherwise, a collapse or further erosion of the slope of the grain could cause a total engulfment. The avalanche angle for dry corn is a 21-degree angle of repose. However, in wet corn, it could range anywhere from 25 to 40 degrees. To prevent an avalanche during approach, rescuers may have to use a method of weight distribution to minimize a slide potential. The science of physics plays a large role in what we do. Remember Newton's theories on gravity? If the rescuer feels he cannot make a safe approach, the angle of the grain in the funnel must be reduced, but do not operate the unloading mechanism. Downward forces are too great and will destroy the safety system. At this time, the rescue team on the outside of the bin can cut into the silo on all 4 sides. This will draw the funnel down until a safe approach can be made. Several tools can be used to complete this operation, such as a cutoff saw with composite blade, a sawzall, or an air chisel. This procedure must be done with great care. To avoid dust explosions, always cut into the granular product and never cut into void spaces. Avoid cutting within 1 inch of bolts and bolt patterns on the bin. V-shaped cuts should be made on all 4 sides of the bin at arm's length in height. The gauge or thickness of the bin wall may be thicker at the bottom of the bin.